Hello, and welcome to Accounts Playable, where we take stock of our latest episode.
Dork.
This first episode
Yeah,
of Ack Inc. the Series 2.
that's right.
Yes.
What are we thinking we could title it? My Other Car is the Devil, Big Murderer Energy, Badger Accomplice.
Oh, that's a good
What
one.
are we
yeah.
thinking?
Dude, God, those are all so good. My Other Car is the Devil. I
Is
think
excellent.
Is a fucking dope.
That was
Yeah.
like minute 2 of your intro,
Yeah,
and I did find it
but
very
I think that would actually
charming.
I think it would leap off the page.
I like
think
My Other Car is the
My
Devil.
Other Car is the
Yeah.
Devil. Okay, I mean, I was willing to hear other things.
No, honestly, that should be a whole line of merchandise.
Should be, yeah.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into that.
I'll talk with the
For
design.
later.
I'll talk with the design team.
Sorry, guys. We just made a line of merch. So, Mr. Krakulik,
That's me, yeah.
Yeah.
in the world of Acquisitions Incorporated,
Yes.
you've been back for a while, but in the real world, in our chronology, this is your first time back at the table in this
haven't-
capacity for a long time.
I haven't played in years.
Years!
Yes,
At
it's
all?
true.
With anyone?
No,
You saved yourself for us?
I did save myself for this game.
Pure.
Like the Driven Snow.
Like the very driven snow.
Yeah. No,
God bless.
it's nice to get back into it, but yeah, I haven't been at the table for a minute.
Does it feel good? Does it feel okay?
Yeah, it's all coming back to me. It's like riding a really scary bike in front of
Yeah.
a bunch of people.
It's
I love
filming
that.
you.
It's like riding a demonic
Is it
bicycle.
harder when there's people in the room silently watching, or
Yes.
when there's people in the room loudly yelling?
I find the audience much easier
Okay.
because there's some
Yeah.
feedback. The dead
Validation.
silence is tough.
Well, the dead silence and the hideous companions.
The Hideous Companions, yeah.
They provide an air of menace.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I wouldn't want to be in there, which is why I was safely ensconced
Yeah.
in another room. the
From their
entire time.
rays.
Yeah,
one assumes.
absolutely. No, it's really not safe. A lot of people are wearing lead in there. So we had a lot of really fun names coming out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Chris Perkins really do know how to make them. We had Otosh Katan, the Sweet Rock Giants, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Turned out
We
to be a
had-
friend. I didn't
Turned
expect
out to
that.
be a friend.
Yeah.
Buddy, a rock biter of
Big
sorts.
buddy. I was just gonna say, I may know something that you don't know. It's rare, certainly in this production context. But before the game began, this is information for all of our friends at home. Apparently, Ryan Hartman
Oh, yeah.
wrote a list of
NPC
names and gave them to Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford before the game.
So these are the self-same names
Yeah.
that are big,
We
busy
don't
business
know
bosses.
if he came up with that one already.
That's true.
I'm saying that we don't know.
Did you name Otosh Katan?
Could be Ryan.
This is what I'm saying. I want
Sound
to
off
make
in the
sure.
comments.
I want to make. I just want to make sure that the right people.
Smash that
I'll
like
give that
button.
credit. It
Are
is good. That's
apportioned.
true.
Right.
I also just enjoyed taking notes of Plunderson, Sunderson, Thunderson, the third or fifth.
Or
Fifth.
fifth.
Sometimes it was the fifth.
The fifth, third.
Yeah.
Torbjorn, Wormjaeger, Albius Graves, all good names.
Those were killer names.
and
actually.
Carnelian. What a good
Carnelian,
name.
I've never heard.
Now, was Carnelian
Beast.
coming with us? I didn't quite catch if
No.
Carnelian came with us.
No.
Ah,
No, we were sad because she had that great badger.
yeah.
Well, honestly, she had one illusory badger and then one authentic badger.
It's true.
But I'm hoping that over the course of our adventure, because of course we got warped out after we got our
Yeah.
first chunk,
Yeah.
which was accompanied by a
Too
big
strong,
headache,
too good. Yeah.
right? And I'm hoping that we have a chance to see Otosh
And Cornelian?
and Cornelian. Yes, that's
Yeah.
my fantasy.
Absolutely.
The badger, at least.
We got a rainbow-haired buddy.
No.
I don't see the problem.
Cornelian is good. I would name a kid Cornelian.
I legitimately would. It would happen. What I also like is that we also got to witness the Sailor Moon crystallizing.
Now that is cool.
That
That is
turned
some
up.
shit.
That's art. That's
I
that's
have to
gotta be art.
draw a crystalline gem with purple. Yeah, that's going to be.
I am fascinated. So in your head,
and
what do
Jim
you,
is fascinated. Faceted?
you did it? Fascinated.
I think I got it in there.
Really
He's-
fast.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Actually, hold on.
Please.
I missed a pun opportunity before.
Okay,
and I
let's
just
go
wanna
back.
Come back.
Oh,
to
let's
Yeah,
it.
go
sure.
back
What
to
would you
it.
like to?
If you
Direct to the camera, please.
Well, you could name your child Carnelian.
Yes.
And the obviously.
I had a vasectomy, so I can't.
Yeah,
have
exactly.
any kids.
Same.
Yeah.
We went to we
Just
held
rename
hands.
the kids
Same
you
No,
got.
we
Same
held
doctor,
hands.
yeah.
Got it done at the same time. Just
oh.
got it all out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Mine just ice cream scoop. Just get it all out of there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, Carnelian.
Yeah.
A great nickname
Mm-hmm.
might be Carnal.
Wow, we went back for that.
We didn't have to. Yeah, I realized halfway
We
through.
turned the entire
Oh my
car
God,
around.
dude.
Yeah.
I realized halfway through that it wasn't actually gonna
Well,
work.
That's okay. You
But,
know
Yeah.
what?
but I had to. I had to try
You
to
had to
stay
commit.
focused.
It's like
I
when
had
they
to-
say rest stop and it doesn't have a Burger King.
No.
Like,
What am I stopping here for?
I'm glad we stopped. I feel rested, but at what cost? So we got the Sailor Moon crystal version of
yes.
Jim.
Yes.
And Evelyn, which is even more
We got 2 crystal
appropriate,
kids.
frankly.
I'm into this.
Yeah.
What do you think that's going to mean for doves? For any of Jim's trademarks?
I hadn't even considered that. Are they crystal or gem doves?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is my other question. I'm wondering, and this might be something we just discovered, if this is going to, if it affects the clothes, clearly.
Yeah.
How Midas is this touch?
Do I have to go to the bathroom still? Probably not.
Oh my God.
But the dwarven murderers inside the crystal, they don't go potty
don't go to the
anymore,
bathroom.
and neither
That's
does
true.
Carnelian. So maybe this
true.
is something in that vein.
I don't
No
think I
Potty.
ever have to go
That's
to the
his new
bathroom
name.
again.
Is Jim No Potty.
Jim No Potty, yeah.
Jim
Yeah.
No Potty. No Potty Jim. It's a potty with Jim No Potty. No. Sorry, I apologize.
Honestly,
It's always
Yeah.
a potty.
Cut it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know
Okay.
what? We each get one. We each take half.
Mike won't even need his. That's the worst
This
part.
is the worst part. All right, so I have one big, scary lower question.
Okay.
So we have established, at least by this point in the Akin chronology, that this is Jim Dark Magique.
Yes.
A Jim who might not be the original, but is an original, just like all the others.
right.
Knowing how Omen feels about the preservation of one specific Jim, how would we say this affects Omen's investment, literal or otherwise?
Well, yeah, basically, so that's sort of like a sub thing that has happened in the live games, is that clones of Jim sometimes materialize, but Omen is often looking for Jim in different ways during the campaign games that Mike hasn't been part of. And at this point, like for literal years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think that from Omen's perspective, like this is like the last chance. It's the only chance he has gotten. And also the terrible thing is I think that he thinks this is an opportunity. Now he's got a fresh one.
That's right. A Jim with no such
But this
memory.
Jim doesn't know this Omen. He doesn't know that he's like, I was telling Jerry, when Jim ducked out there the last time I played, he was aware of everything that Omen had
He knew
done.
everything.
Yeah, that was.
Think about Wizard Unknown.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
even went so far as to create a brutal death sport
Yes.
for
in a
himself.
swamp.
Yes.
Yeah.
To communicate a piece of important emotional information.
It was therapeutic for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was less therapeutic for those that were murdered.
Participated, sure, yeah.
So sort of a new dialectic for these men to talk about what their relationship is to each other.
No, absolutely, or not to talk about it ever,
Or to emphatically never to speak of it ever
to
again.
never discuss it at all.
I love it. Just to round us out, I've got 2 questions from the Discord.
Oh.
The Acking Discord, which we
Okay.
created
Oh,
for
kick
our
it.
fun backers. So
Kick it.
I
Fractal
love it.
Chainsaw asks, would it
that's
be...
a great handle.
Isn't it great? Would it be reasonable to assume that one of Omen's clones has already made its way to Athos and started a Dark Sun franchise of Acking?
Oh, listen, obviously we love anybody who's trying to rep the Dark Sun stuff. Now, if you are interested in the full arc of Omen and these other clones of Omen, I've got great news for you. It has been resolved fully in the C Team. In fact, the C
you go.
Team, broadly speaking, is essentially it's the worst, most D&D thing possible, but it really is like Omen's backstory,
Okie dokie.
and it took
He made
5
other people
years
play.
to tell. Exactly.
And he let other people play,
No,
yeah.
and then I made other people watch me tell them.
Right.
I
so
hear it's
it-
a better show, though.
Some have said
Some
so.
say it.
Some have
Some
said
say
so.
it.
Some say it.
Some have
But-
said.
but-
It's also a show you can watch for free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what it is. But the question of how many clones there are of Omen, how many are left, how many have fallen into shadow, that is, by the end of the C Team, the question of how many Omens exist is completely resolved.
All right.
So
have
it's
your homework.
It's worth checking out, and also, I had a really good time making that show with some really, really great performers. And then the truth is that obviously the show is over, but we've done a couple bonus episodes after. In fact, we just dropped one today.
Yeah.
Chronologically speaking.
Chronologically.
yeah.
But but there's still stuff. There's still, if you're curious about those characters, like there's still new fiction about them. So
Awesome. Final question will be from Paul Purr to Mike.
Oh.
Does the inclusion of New Hampshire in the Dark Magic's namesake mean they have their roots in an Earth New Hampshire, a 616 New Hampshire, and were whisked away to Faerun somehow, like the old D&D cartoon? Or does this mean there's a fantasy equivalent of New Hampshire, such as a town, region, or reachable via planner or spelljammer travel?
Yeah, I always in my head thought of it as like a New Hampshire.
It's a New Hampshire. That is a separate place.
It's a different place.
A little bit like Jim Dark Magic. It's Dim Dark
Yeah.
Magic. No, it's Jim Dark.
No, it's DJIMM.
Yeah.
Jim Dark
Jim.
Magic. So yes, so it's just like there are many Jim's Dark
Yes.
Magic. There are many New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And this is one of them.
And this is not a clone Jim Dark Magic.
That's true. It's
Which
a
is
whole nother
this is a
creature.
whole nother Jim for him to fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. Right
No, it's
now
not a
he's
clone.
fresh-
It's a extra, not, or it's a separate, whole nother separate
Whole
realm.
new, and yeah, this is Jim from
from Greyhawk.
From Greyhawk.
Whole new world. A
Exactly.
new fantastic point of view.
Yeah, you're well put.
Yeah.
That's very well put, Laura.
I think we have to end it here. Thank you so much. This has been Accounts Playable.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.